everybody? My name is Elliott, and welcome to another vlog on the channel. Today we are leaving flat, windy Kansas and heading to dry, dusty Arizona to go see Jacob. But first, we have to catch a plane. Let's go. Bye, Charlotte. Are you gonna miss me? Mwah. Bye-bye. Bye, Charlotte. Bye, family. Bye, Camry rental car. All right, masked up, heading to security. Let's get on the plane. Did you guys think I was gonna choose anything else? Dude, what's going on, dude?
First time seeing the car, huh?
Lock button.
Because there's only one, and you got it.
Oh. Dude, the rev matching downshifts works awesome.
Really well.
Well, I'm gonna be out of order here, but thanks for picking me up, dude.
Yeah.
Where are we headed now?
Chipotle?
Yeah, I had Chipotle last night for dinner, but that was in Wichita. It was Wichita Chipotle.
Okay, well, we can do that.
Let's do Phoenix Chipotle. But look at this. I mean, we're like in the desert. This is awesome.
Mesa is the desert.
Yeah. All right, got our Chipotle, made it to Jacob's house, and looky here. I am never that far away from home. A touch of Kansas, even all the way out here in dusty Arizona. Turns out Arizona Chipotle is very similar to Kansas Chipotle, so props Chipotle for consistency.
It's almost like they were owned by McDonald's for a short time.
That's crazy. Anyway, Jacob's girlfriend is home now, and she has an Audi SQ5, and that is also a really cool enthusiast-themed vehicle. And I say, because we already drove the E46 a little bit today, we're gonna go look at more cars. Let's diversify it and take the SQ5. What do you think?
I'm down. I love this car.
Yeah. I mean, that is properly fast for a little crossover. I mean, wow. And it makes those cool fuel cut shifts. I hope that comes out on camera. And also keep in mind, it is how hot out. It is 98 degrees indicated right now, and this thing is not heat soaked or skipping a beat. It's just power.
I believe this does 0 to 60 in under 5 seconds.
My benchmark is the Prius. This thing smokes the Prius.
I don't know, man. Those electric batteries or electric motors are pretty torquey.
I got this thing from 0 to 5. And then afterwards, this thing walks away. Yeah. So we are on our way to something called the Toy Barn, which is essentially an executive storage area where a bunch of people keep their cool cars, motorcycles, basically toys. And all of these storage units are outfitted like high-class lofts or customizable for whatever you want. So each different person's garage has like a different theme. It's just a really cool area where everybody can hang out and have garages open, and it's like an enthusiast park. Aha, it is actually called the Toy Barn. I kind of thought that was just a nickname you guys were calling it.
No, I call it the man cave still, but...
You know a place is good when it looks like an industrial warehouse, but I just know for a fact there's all sorts of good stuff in these garages.
Well, they have to keep it looking somewhat inconspicuous.
Well, yeah, you don't want to just put a Ferrari symbol and a Lamborghini symbol on the gate.
Here, we'll go into like the little
welcome area?
Lounge area.
Okay.
Well,
if you wanted
they have
to.
Cars and Coffee here.
Oh. Dude, this light fixture, I'm sorry, I know I'm fixating on the wrong thing, but that is cool.
Yeah, task lamps.
Yeah, there's like a million of them. That's sweet. Dual screen for your viewing pleasure of whatever. Let's see, this is the real test. Tonic water, coffee, and an open thing of half and half. You guys, rich people are just like us. If you ever wondered what was in there. Other people's fridges. Now, back to the action. We haven't really gotten to the action yet, but now to the action. Okay, we've made it to Jacob's section of the Toy Barn. You can tell because it has a Harley-Davidson flag out front. They used to own a Harley dealership in the Wichita area, so inside you'll see a distinct bike theme. But let's take a look. Keep in mind, pretty normal outside, but let's go inside this oasis.
Welcome to MTV Cribs.
My goodness. Yeah. As you can see, this is a sweet place to be. I don't know how else to describe it. This is pretty much car guy, motorcycle guy, motorhead heaven.
A little bit of everything for everybody in here.
A little bit of everything. Common color going on here, except for the ZR1.
Yeah.
But starting up front, we've got Jacob's ProCharge C7. It's a 2014. This thing's awesome. Got Z06 brakes. GT3RS. This is a 2018. Perfect spec. Yellow seat belts, yellow pole handle, the carbon fixed back race seats, fire extinguisher option. Basically exactly how you'd want a GT3RS. Got the big wing, of course. Over here, you've got a 2-post lift and the 67 Camaro we showed you in an earlier video.
Yeah, it made its way out here finally. So.
Yeah, we unfortunately didn't get to drive it out here, but it's here. So maybe we'll get to drive it now that it is out here. Got some vintage motorcycles. This is a hill climb Harley from like the 20s, I believe.
Yep.
And this thing is just in pristine condition. Very, very cool. Tire chain. This
28 JD.
28 JD. See, this is get Kickstarter. It's got like a bicycle pedal, basically.
Yeah, Harley started out as a bicycle company. Yeah. They put motors inside of their bicycle frames. That's how it started. That's a World War II motorcycle. Basically how Harley got the jump over Indian is because they got the military contracts.
This is my personal favorite motorcycle. Like I said, they used to own a Harley dealership, and my favorite one to ride was this one, the XR1200. It just, for some reason, was the perfect blend of sport and, you know, traditional Harleys. It's very fun. This is Jacob's bike. What is it?
It's a 2011 Crossbones that I've just completely gone through. We've tried to make it look like an old 40s knucklehead. So,
yeah. This is an 1125R. That thing is an absolute monster. Take what you know about 1000cc bikes and then make it a V-twin, and it's just nuts. This is Jacob's other daily. They've got several. LR4.
It's like a car camper, kind of like overland build. Yeah, it's got the roof rack, the tree sliders.
Very, very cool. Very good looking.
I need a winch so I can self-recover.
Yeah. And then C7 ZR1. This one was one of the first, if not the first, in the Midwest. And it is like the perfect color combo. Silver with the low wing makes it pretty discreet compared to other ZR1s you see. These were advertised in orange with the big wing. So this one's a really cool way to have the most exotic Corvette, but without being nearly as flashy. And I can also tell you from experience, this thing is insanely fast. I mean, this whole area is just really, really cool. You got posters on the wall. You got, you know, signs, neon. I mean, everything you could want from the car area. Also, that's Jacob's dad hanging out back there. Dan, you just want to say hi? Okay. It's car guy heaven in here. It's just an awesome place to be. And right now, we are actually on our way to go pick up another car that's not in here. That is pretty much right up my alley, but it's one of the cars we are taking to the Cars and Coffee tomorrow. So definitely be sure to stay tuned for that, because Cars and Coffee out in this area is a little bit crazier than it is in the Wichita area.
Well, and you got to keep in mind, there's like one every weekend.
Yes.
And they're still this crazy. So
that I'm excited. I mean, that's the stuff you see posters of. It's really cool. Speaking of posters, though, here's an embarrassing photo. So when we had our senior graduation party in high school, Jacob's dad had a '66 Chevelle convertible that we all took pictures in for like the invitations of the party. And these pictures are still floating around in various places. I have one at my house. He has one at his house, and apparently one lives right here. And you can see a young 18-year-old me right there. And Jacob, we were doing our best to look like cool guys.
And then this is all that remains of that car.
Yes. Unfortunately, that car did later on catch fire through no fault of anybody's, and definitely not after this photo shoot. No. That's a bad way to tell that story. It looks like we took this photo, next thing you knew, car's on fire. Crazy.
No.
Oh, yeah. So there we are. Look at Mr. Tough Guy right here. Wow. I don't know if I can still make that same... But you get it. When I was 18, that was pretty cool. Now we're on our way to go pick up the third and final car that we're taking to Cars and Coffee tomorrow. And like I said, this car is just a pinch more up my alley. Not like these already aren't, but this one's just like another notch up my alley.
You don't like black cars.
I don't like black cars. They get dirty.
Yeah. You don't like silver cars either, though.
I have a silver car.
That's
My
true.
Prius is silver, dude. I'm silver, loud and proud. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to get the other car right now, but we're also moving the ZR1 and the GT3RS over to their house while we're at it. And because Jacob and I drove the SQ5 over here, Jacob's dad was like, what car do you want to drive? And not to be picky, I wasn't going to pick the SQ5, so it looks like I get to drive the ZR1 over to their house to pick up the third car. So, not bad. I am going to have to move the seat, though, because Jacob and his dad are both like 6'5", and I am not. 3,000 miles on this thing. This thing still smells new. Amazing. Let's... Oh my goodness. All right, I gotta move it out of here. I gotta pay attention. Okay, well, I'm outside and ready to go, but I kind of want to get this GT3RS starting up, if I can. Yeah, that sounds really good. It's a totally different sound than the ZR1, but believe me, still good. All right, well, not so bad. I guess we'll see at the third mystery location. But obviously, I'm going to show driving a little bit. Pretty good choice of two cars, and the SQ5. I don't want to leave it out. Good car too. But have fun, Jacob. Thank you.
I love this thing.
All right, let's get going. All right, we are driving the ZR1 now. Gotta pay a little bit of attention because I'm driving somebody else's $140,000 car. But what a view. This hood is massive. It doesn't look like much because I'm holding the camera kind of up, but this cowling is huge. It actually does obstruct vision. It's awesome. And then of course, you've got the GT3RS up there leading the pack. This is an awesome start to this trip. I'm just over the moon as a car guy. Just wait until you see what the third car is. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it too. Did I mention to you guys how much more beautiful the scenery is here in Arizona? I love the Kansas plains, and I love that we can pretty much drive as fast as we want out in certain areas, but this is just a little bit prettier to look at. Maybe it's just because it's different, and maybe it's because I'm behind the wheel of a ZR1, but it's a good view. Oh my goodness. Guys, it's faster than the Hellcat. Oh my gosh. Something that people don't consider about these cars, and that I say without exaggeration, cruising like this, everything in tour, the exhaust quiet, it is without a doubt quieter than a GMC Denali, smoother riding than a GMC Denali, and yet it's so much faster than almost any car that you can currently buy. And it's certainly the fastest car that's under $500,000. The amount of engineering that it takes to have a car be this powerful and yet this streetable is amazing. Another quick pull. Oh man, that is gonna not get old ever. So yeah, anyway, the more impressive part is how quiet and how comfortable it is. Another thing about driving out here, other than that gorgeous scenery, is as I'm driving here, the radio off and everything pretty quiet, the amount of rocks that I can hear hitting the front of this thing is concerning. And no, I'm not following too closely. Apparently, it's just a thing out here. The rocks are very, very sharp, and people just go through windshields like crazy. But even knowing that, I still just feel ugh every time I hear a tick, tick hitting the front of this car, because it's just, oh, it just hurts. It hurts. All right, guys, we are at the location to pick up the third car, and as you can see, it starts with an F, and it involves a prancing horse. Now, let's go inside and see what they've got in the showroom. None of these are what we're here to pick up, but we are picking up a prancing horse. Yeah, everybody thinks my mask is inside out, and of course the box of the mask thinks it's inside out, but this is the way to do it because it's uniform color on one side. I feel like you look weird with it blue on the outside. Anyway, right on the showroom floor, 599 Aperta. I was literally just saying how the 599 is pretty much what I'm going to get for my first Ferrari, and that I would prefer if they had a convertible version, but those are like $1 million cars. Well, they have one on the showroom. It's in the perfect color spec too, red on tan. That is how I would get it. Oh. Unfortunately, it's unobtainium, but it's still really cool to look at. A really, really nice 458 Speciale Aperta, but what's really cool is this red carbon fiber. Look at that, it's painted carbon. Very, very cool, very expensive. Got a white 812, a blue 488, really cool, and a pretty close to orange Portofino. Got a nice F12, beautiful color. And then an old 458, that's just old news. A 328 that's in really good condition, and a 458 Speciale Coupe. This is actually in my kind of spec, I like yellow. And my favorite part of the Speciales is always this little winglet thing. It's hard to see. It doesn't show up in pictures that well. But it's a subtle touch that I just absolutely love. Really nice Chrysler four-door. Okay, the car we've been waiting on is done, but look what just pulled up. This is the new F8 Spider. And I believe this is actually the press car because it's got New Jersey plates and it looks like it's got like a ton of miles on it. So this is the car that Matt Farah drove. All of the major car journalists. It's a very cool, very stunning car in person. Very, very cool. Of course, this, you can see all the way down to the ground. That's just awesome. We got a 430 that's in pretty much the exact spec that I would get it in. And then look at this, guys, a Camry. Look. This is what we're here for. It's the Camry. No, what we are here for to pick up is this. This is a 488 Spider. And look at this color combo. White with the red and blue stripe. It is just amazing. But look at this. Red interior. Oh, still smells new in there. This is my style right here. I love this thing. So that's what we're here to pick up. Jacob's dad's gonna drive that home now. Jacob and I are gonna head back in the SQ5. I don't actually know what we're doing after this. Dinner? Dinner. Let's see if they've got anything else back here. 993 convertible. Oh, this looks familiar, but it's a Scat Pack wide body. That Camry though. Look at this thing. Whew. That is a sharp vehicle. If you ever get a chance to go to a Ferrari dealership, go. They don't mind you looking around, and there's always something cool to see. The exhaust immediately went quiet, but you can hear. It's a monster. Oh yeah. This is the only way to own a Ferrari. Look at that mechanism. Oh yeah. Literally, that's the only way to own a Ferrari, and I'll say this because you're realistically only going to drive it on a nice day, so it only makes sense to get it in a convertible. There's no point in getting in the hard top and all that stuff. I mean, you're really not going to take it to the track, honestly. So get your Ferrari in a convertible. You can hear the engine a little bit better, and you can enjoy the nice weather in your Ferrari. But most importantly, you can hear the engine, and you look cooler, and the car looks cooler. It's just a good look. And just like that, we are back. It is dinner time, but this has been a very, very full day. Traveling, cars, moving cars, going to look at Ferraris, and tomorrow is going to be even more awesomeness because it's going to be a Cars and Coffee, but with like nothing but exotics apparently. And not to mention that we're pretty much taking 3 exotics to it, so yeah. Should be pretty sweet. This
will be fun. This is the first time we get to take all 3 of those cars to one Cars and Coffee. So
glad I can help with that. Anytime. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, do all the other normal YouTube stuff, and I will see you on the next video. But back to this Ferrari 430. This is like the exact spec that I would get it in. And I love it. He does not pay his taxes. I do respect that. This is what's cool about the Scottsdale area is they will leave a car like this outside. I mean, this is a rare $400,000 car, and it's just chilling in the corner here. But look at this, a Macan GTS with a tow package. That is pretty cool to me. That's something you don't see. I don't think I've ever seen a Macan with a tow package, but now I have. They've got a regular GT3 here, not nearly as cool as the RS, but still really, really cool. One thing that's cool about this one is it does appear to be a manual. So for you purists out there, you might actually prefer this GT3. I do like the color though. That's a huge plus. They had a regular ass GT3 in there.
Still.
But it was a stick.
Manual.
Yeah, so that's what's gonna get the folks. We've moved on to a different section of the Porsche dealership. This is the used car section. One thing that caught my eye was this C4. It's like in the perfect color combo. If this had the luggage rack on the back, I would definitely see if it's for sale. Unfortunately, it's an automatic, but man, this thing is so clean. Oh. It's perfect. I can't, the interior doesn't really work because it's too bright. The sun doesn't show, but just believe me, that thing's awesome. And I'm a huge C4 guy.